Hi there. Welcome to our safe place. Taking time out from the world to look after yourself or to be kind to yourself. How are you? And I mean that most genuinely. As we come to the end of the year, that question is probably more relevant now than it ever has been. And I'm so pleased that you've joined me in this quiet time together. If you suffer from or feel anxious like I do, like many people, it's only natural. At this time, this year, if you hadn't been feeling anxious or concerned, I think that would be more of a concern. For so long, many of us have been living our life in the fast lane, rushing around from place to place, from task to task, comparing ourselves to others, racing with others, feeling like we ought to keep up with technology, with possibly spending too much, and this year all of what we knew came to I wouldn't say a sudden stop, but a huge change for many people, and many have had it a lot worse than myself, so I consider myself quite grateful, although I am in the hospitality industry, so I've been closed many times and are still closed at this current time and unsure of what is coming next, but at the same time very grateful compared to many others, and thankful for what many others have done this year. And I thought in this time together, I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to kind of wrap up our 2020 thoughts, not by being negative, but I think by looking ahead to 2021 and take what we perhaps have learnt in 2020 and take it into 2021 to act as a beacon for ourselves. And I think certainly year I have learnt to listen a lot more. Have you? And when I say listen, not just to the everyday news, which we have all been bombarded with, some of it true, some of it false, some of it often there's been so much of it. We are all often drawn into it on whatever medium or device we choose, and sometimes taking a little break from it has helped me. But when I say listen, I mean literally when I've gone into the garden through particularly the main lockdown period in the summer, when there were no planes flying over, and it was this new silence that we could all hear. We could hear the birds more, nature more, each other more. Just taking time to stop because we had no other choice, and also ask ourselves perhaps questions rather than just try and find the answers. It became a good time to reflect. Question ourselves, question what we were doing, and as we are heading into 2021, I don't think there'll be a new normal. I don't think life will ever be how it used to be, but maybe we can take comfort that something good will come out of this one way or another. It's very hard to see that or say that when there's so much heartbreak around the world. But if in this time we've all taken a little bit of pleasure from what we have around us, with a love or family or time we've had together, maybe those are the answers we should be looking at. But I thought what I'd do is construct a little letter to myself and to you, to see us into 2021. So I'm simply going to chaffle like I normally do, which is, as you know, chatting and waffling together. And I have here a delicious black notepad. I'm going to pop down just here. And let's make a start together in this quiet time. And I really hope, if you are feeling anxious, that this helps you. If you're just looking for some escapism, this comforts you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just taking this time out to be kind to yourself will help. So slightly lighter one. Something about metallic pens. Well, as you know, if you follow my videos, I love stationery and notepads and paper. And as we start the new year, it'll be all about the lists. Getting myself organised. So, dear me and you. After 2020, please can you number one. I think everything has been so uncertain, and we all put things off so often. I think number one, we should do more of what we love. You may have, during this time, rediscovered your passions or things you enjoy, or found new interests. And of course, real life is very important. But I think doing things that you love is precious. Number two, if something is making you unhappy, stop it and make a change. Of course, sometimes it's not quite as easy as that, but possibly it is. We only have one life, and it seems a shame to fill it doing something that you're not happy with. Number three, as I mentioned a moment ago, listen. Not only to what is going on around you, but I think listen more to what, and I'm going to do capital letters, you, let's underline it as well, need. So really listen to your body, and really listen to your mind. Stop comparing yourself to others or trying to meet other people's expectations. If you think you need to rest, then rest. Maybe you need to be creative. To start your own business, whatever. whatever your mind and your body is telling you. As you know, sometimes battling through can make everything just so much harder, can't it? It's like going up an escalator the wrong way. Struggling to get a task done, struggling to get a job done, all the things that you should be doing, and you're not feeling quite yourself and quite up to it. And sometimes at that point in time, it's good to perhaps just keep your head down, literally huddle down, almost like a little bunny rabbit in the wind. The wind's blowing over the fields and it's there, and it just literally turns itself into a tiny little ball, so it's not affected by all of what's going on around, and it'll just stay there for a moment until it just feels that bit safer, that bit better out there, and then hops back on its way. Okay, so number 4 to you and me. I think gratitude. I'm very grateful to, still be here. Be grateful. I'm grateful for my friends and my family. I'm grateful for what I have. And probably appreciate things an awful lot more than I did this time last year. So let's have that in at number 4. Appreciate more of what I have. And gratitude. Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. I think look at yourself and recognise the strengths that you know that you have, and use those tools to carve out a new path for yourself, a way of making you happy. If going down the same road as we've been going this year isn't working, then we need to use these new tools to make a new path for ourselves. So this might be in terms of being creative. Maybe you want to write a book. I certainly plan to write 1 or 2 more this year. Maybe your work situation has changed and you're looking to start your own business or change direction in employment. When life gets too serious, always look to the child within you. What used to make you happy as a child? When you look at a child now, when you see the joy and wonder in the eyes of simply the most simple tasks of rain and puddles and the innocence, the giggling, just simply taking not life as seriously as we often do, can de-stress a situation and take you out of that moment. So let's find the child within. Sometimes by just having that moment to walk away, to find a different perspective, can give us perspective so that we can continue with our day. As I certainly have throughout this year, I've appreciated nature a lot more. I've stopped and I've listened and I've watched. Take the time to try something new or have an adventure. It doesn't have to be anything big because, as you know, we can't travel at the moment, or many of us can't. So it could just be something within your local area, or your garden, or in your home, or in a room. And whatever you want to do or choose to do, have the courage to do it, and to continue on your own path. And when things do get tough, just find something that you simply enjoy and lose yourself in it for a little while. Number 6, to each other. I think in 2021, even more so probably than other years when or maybe you have thought it's important to believe in ourselves. It's so easy to compare ourselves to others. But just remember that you are unique and you're special. And no one can contribute or bring to the table anything like you can do. Everyone brings their own thing to the table, and yours and mine is as equally as important as anyone else's. And I think it's important that we remember that we are worthy and to believe in ourselves. So let's pop that in there. And I think just to remind ourselves that life is uncertain, and that we're not in control, but we're not supposed to be. If anything, nature has shown us this year that although we all thought with jobs and life and market and everything that went on in the whole world, that nature, when it wants to turn, is so much more powerful, and we can only learn from this, not compete with it. And for someone like myself who is a complete control freak and does like to be organised, and I will still probably always be like that, I need to learn to surrender more, to be kinder to myself, to put less restrictions, that there will always probably be uncertain times, but just simply to stop trying as hard to be in control. So stop trying. And I think we should all just be more present in the now and enjoy the now. After all, that is really all that we have and all that we know. So let's underline that. And I think I also I understand, which I don't, whether I agree with everything, which I probably don't, I do believe that for whatever reason, this is where we are supposed to be. So this is where we are supposed to be. And to finish off, if this is where we're supposed to be, probably what have I learned and what opportunities can I take from this as we go into 2021. So rather than what did 2020 take? What has it given? And I think within that there's much to consider, many questions to ask ourselves. What lessons we've been taught, what opportunities are now possibly available, which paths we didn't dare cross could we now venture down? Is it a time for clearing out things we haven't used, decluttering? I know we've all been cleaning more in 2020. Well, some have. I know I do it a lot in my business and my personal life anyway, partly because I have to, but also because I find it helps with my anxiety. And so I think as 2021 approaches, I'm going to try and find what I love, and even in those tasks that I don't enjoy, perhaps turn it around and just be grateful that I'm still doing those tasks and find the love in them, and maybe those tasks will become more enjoyable. And with those around me, be more patient and understanding and kind, I think, because none of us know what the person next to us is dealing with or suffering with. How are we supposed to know? But I think with this whole year and time for reflection, kindness, I hope, won't leave us in 2021. So I think we'll sign off there. Let's do 3 little kisses for ourselves. Pop that in there. So. Forgot once escaped. Pop that in there like that. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. An envelope here that I'm going to pop it into, and then I'm going to probably place it springtime, and then open it up and see how much I've taken on board, and then perhaps move the envelope through the pages through the year. Like a seal on the back. Some stickers here we could have on the back. There's one. The most important thing a girl wears is her confidence. You've got this. Almost there. Enjoy the little things. Best day ever. When you need something to believe in, start with yourself. There we are. Let's take that one. So there we have it, our letter. From me to you. And from me to me. Because, well, we are in this together. Pop that to one side. I always find actually the beginning of a new year quite exciting anyway. Now once you've put away your Christmas decorations and you've given them a bit of a clean around and a sort around, it almost feels like a new clean sheet of A4 paper of things you can plan to do and sort out. And obviously at the moment, as I mentioned, I have a pub and restaurant that's closed at the moment, which of course I'll have to sort out as we go through the weeks and months. But also, to me it's a fantastic opportunity that I am determined to make more time for with my writing. And if you haven't got yourself a new hardback notebook, and I know it's more stuff, but it could be the beginning of a new adventure for you. And I had this one a little while ago. And I think in one of my other videos that I shared with you, I said when I draft out my books, I always like to have a blank pages as opposed to lined pages, because it just makes my mind feel much freer. And I start with a nucleus, and then I go out with directions of either the storyline or the character or the avenue or anything really that comes to mind. doodles when it comes to children's books. And I have here little notes of different books that I'm starting to jot down, taken from what's up here and trying to get it there. And from here, then I start the writing, normally on Scrivener, which I find one of the best software, because you can construct your book pretty easily, and the format, and it works well when you upload it to Kindle or paperback. Again, you'll see more in other videos, and I'll be probably doing videos next year as I progress with these books. So if you're interested in writing, I hope you find it informative with any information that I managed to share. So let's wind off with a couple of final thoughts to ourselves in this time. Let's put that there. And with these angel cards, and these fortune cookies, let's have one of each to see what it says as we move out of 2020 into 21. These are the most delightful little cards. So I'm a little bit back to front, but let's just literally, I'm going to my left hand guide through the cards, and I want you to think about the cards as well. And let's just let's just go for it's a gratitude card. It says, make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. Let's have one more. So you can see that one before me. Transformation. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom. I think that's a really nice one to start off your 2021. you won't go to extremes, always thinking of others. That's an interesting one. And of course it's important to think of others and help others, but I think also reading between the lines there, not at the expense of what you need to do that's right for yourself at this moment in time. Because even as we know, sometimes you have to look after yourself first before you can look after others. So let's take that one. Move that out the way. Thank you for joining me today and always. If you want to keep following these quiet little chapel moments in our safe place, please subscribe. Follow me on any social media. I'll always give you a warm welcome. And I hope you take care of yourself and be kind to yourself. And from me to you, I wish you happy and healthy